Hitler's birthday present, 420, and I'm not talking the number that everybody uses to describe marijuana, but 420 is also Hitler's birthday, April 20th. And, it's a big deal all around the world. There's an annual festival in Germany that draws over 100,000 people. It's not explicitly for Hitler's birthday, wink, wink, nod, nod. We have Nazi groups, neo-Nazi groups in Florida, Missouri, North Carolina, who have all organized events specifically to celebrate Hitler's birthday on April 20th. These include Adolf Hitler celebrations and gatherings marked as family-friendly to indoctrinate children into white supremacist ideology. In Georgia, a Georgia neo-Nazi posted a photo on social media of a swastika-decorated birthday cake that his girlfriend gave him in honor of Hitler's birthday. And at the Federal Correctional Facility in Florence, Colorado, a Hitler birthday celebration among white supremacist inmates escalated into a race riot involving over 200 prisoners, resulting in deaths as well as injuries. And this year, the celebration of Hitler's 136th birthday may be a bigger deal than past years, because that's the day that Donald Trump gets the report that tells him whether or not he can declare a state of emergency and invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807. On January 20th, when he became president, when he was sworn in, one of the very first, it may well have been the first, executive orders he signed that day tasked his Secretary of Defense, now Pete Hegseth, and his Secretary of HHS, now Kristi Noem, to collaborate and inform him on April 20th, what a perfect date, right, on Hitler's birthday, whether or not he could suspend the Constitution, which is exactly what Hitler got on March 27th? I'd have to go back and look, but it was 53 days into Hitler's chancellorship that he got the Enabling Acts passed, which was essentially the same thing. They said, the president can violate the Constitution because it's a moment of national emergency. The national emergency that Hitler pointed to was economic. It was the Great Depression. The national emergency that Donald Trump is pointing to is immigrants coming across the southern border, which is, by the way, pretty much stopped. The German ambassador to the United States, who knows well the significance of Hitler's birthday, wrote about this danger in a confidential but leaked briefing document. He said, Donald Trump's agenda is one of maximum disruption, bringing about a redefinition of the constitutional order, maximum concentration of power with the president at the expense of Congress and the federal states. Basic democratic principles and checks and balances will be largely undermined. The legislature, law enforcement, and media will be robbed of their independence and misused as a political arm, and big tech will be given co-governing power. Now, he wrote this the week that Trump was sworn in for the German government and accurately predicted exactly what's going on. Of course, he's the German ambassador. I mean, the guy has read history. So when you start seeing the institutions of a country bending to the will of its leader, you know that you are quite a ways down the authoritarian road. And we're seeing this. Paul Wise and other major law firms have buckled to Trump. Republicans in Congress are using the threat of impeachment to attack judges, the independence of federal judges. Major multiple media outlets have already rolled over and are paying Trump off. You recall CBS gave him, or was it ABC, gave him $15 million. Multiple universities have caved into Trump's demands that he arrest and deport their foreign students. Most concerning, though, is what he has planned for Hitler's birthday, which is the day that he learns whether or not he'll have a document that will give a patina of legalism to his declaration. 420. Now, it may be that this is also the number for marijuana, but it appears to be a favorite of Elon Musk, just FYI. According to the Tesla website, April 20th is Elon Musk Day, a moment to celebrate the underappreciated genius. He once tweeted he was considering making Tesla private at $420. He acquired Twitter for $54.20 a share. He once tweeted, I was born 69 days before 420. 2 minutes. But this year is the date, that Trump gets his orders. And would he violate the Constitution? Would he break Would he violate posse comitatus? Well, he's already imposing illegal tariffs. The Constitution is quite clear. It's in Article 1, I believe Section 7, that maybe Section 9, that says that only Congress can impose tariffs. Now, I realize in 1973, I think it was, 74, Congress passed a law saying that in a state of emergency, the president could declare a tariff, which is what he's using right now, but that's a pretty thin gruel. Also, his deportations without due process are illegal under the Constitution. Trump doesn't care. He's doing them anyway. Trump taking millions from the Saudis for his live golf tournament over the weekend at his shabby golf resort. That's an illegal violation of the Emoluments Clause of the Constitution. He doesn't care. His hustling Tesla cars in front of the White House, it's an illegal violation of the Hatch Act. He could go to prison for that. He doesn't care. His hatchet man Musk, his wholesale firing of government employees and shutting down agencies that were created by Congress, that's illegal. He doesn't care. So we're long past the moment when our first felon president slipped into his criminal mode. The question now is how far he's going to go once he gets his Hitler's birthday present in roughly 2 weeks.